Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark from the United States.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Mark from the States. How we doing? Fantastic. Hope you are as well. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for coming along, hanging out with me today. I love our channel. Just a reminder, I've done already a couple of videos this morning, and I totally forgot to mention, tomorrow we have a live stream. Gosh, I got to promote that better. But yeah, live stream tomorrow, 7 a.m. my time. So that would make it whatever it is your time. Let's see, 3 o'clock, I guess. If my math is correct. Just make sure to check. Love to see as many as you can. Just to kind of catch up and see how everybody's doing. Always love our Sunday hangouts, and they're always fun. And to get to know and see and talk to a lot of you. I also have some news tomorrow too. I'll wait till tomorrow to talk about it, but kind of a cool thing. Kind of an honor for me to even be asked, so that's cool. That's just, if I don't mention it, remind me to tell you. What's the news that you were supposed to tell us? I don't want to say it right now, but remind me tomorrow if I don't say it. Pretty cool. Big Fake Couch. Not too long ago, Mark Felton, who has given us his blessing. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you so much. Love his videos. I know a lot of you do. He comes requested so much. And we did a video on the Muse, the Royal Muse, where they keep all the carriages, right? Very interesting video. He mentioned that he'd done a video on, because they kind of briefly showed some vehicles, some cars, that he had a video on Queen Elizabeth's II's car collection, private car collection. He did a video of it, and I said, oh, that would be cool. Someone reminded me not too long ago, actually it was two of you, said, hey, you gonna do the car collection video? And I said, yeah. So today, we're gonna do it. It's not a long video, so should be fun. So just come sit with me. Violet is here. Hello, Miss Violet. Can you see her? Hopefully you can. Hopefully I put the camera back in the right spot. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I need better equipment. It's just plain simple. I need a better camera. I need a better microphone. But, you know, shoestring budget here on our channel. But with that said, we still get to see cool and amazing things. So thank you to all of you for coming and hanging out. But let's get into this. This is Queen Elizabeth II's private car collection with our wonderful, wonderful host, Mark Felton Productions. And let's do it. His theme music, top notch. Just gets you in the mood. I don't know if it's mood to watch a video, but it's a mood for something. So good.
This episode is brought to you by Curiosity Stream, a subscription streaming service that offers thousands of documentaries and non-fiction titles from some of the world's best filmmakers, including fascinating shows like Stalking Hitler's Generals. When Allied commandos launched daring wartime missions to kill or capture German generals, and secret societies, organizations that play a far larger role in our everyday lives than most of us realize. From the Illuminati to Freemasons and Skull and Bones. Go to curiositystream.com/Mark Felton for unlimited access to the world's top documentaries and non-fiction series. And for our fans, use the promo code Mark Felton and you will save 25% off, which comes to only $14.99 a year. That's just $1.25 per month.
Oh, well, maybe I'm going to do it.
For the very best in history programming, choose Curiosity Stream. At Her Late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II's private home, Sandringham House in Norfolk, an amazing collection of retired royal cars have been preserved. Sandringham lies in the northwest of the county of Norfolk in the east of England.
Holy smokes, I did not know it was that far away. Dang. Okay, that's a journey.
And was originally purchased by Queen Victoria for her son, the future King Edward VII. Rebuilt and extended over the years, the house was, along with Balmoral Castle in Scotland, one of the 2 privately owned properties, its ownership now passing to King Charles III. A sporting estate famous for its shooting and its royal horse stud, where many famous racehorses have been raised. The Queen would usually spend from December through Christmas and into February at the house each year. And it was where her beloved father, King George VI, died unexpectedly in 1952. The royals had an early interest in cars, and the oldest vehicle in the collection is this 1900 Daimler male Phaeton.
Wow, look
the
at
Prince
that
of Wales, later King Edward VII, was persuaded to purchase a motor car by his cycling tutor, and it marked the beginning of a long relationship between the Daimler car company and the royal family. The male Phaeton has a 6-horsepower engine, and the Prince took delivery of it in June 1900.
That's awesome.
It was later sold out of royal service, but tracked down and restored in the 1970s to mark the Queen's Silver Jubilee in 1977.
Oh, that's cool.
King Edward's son, who became King George V, purchased this Daimler in 1914, a 45-horsepower Brougham. With a spacious interior and large windows, it was ideal for royals to be seen in by members of the public. The chauffeur, however, had to sit in an open compartment in all weather conditions. In 1929, King George V purchased this Daimler 6630 Brougham as his personal car for use at Buckingham Palace in London. The interior is polished dark mahogany with silver and white ivory fittings. The paintwork is in royal colours, and the body incorporates
seats.
a royal identification lamp fitted to the canopy. After considerable use, the car was returned to Daimler in pretty poor condition. Restored, it was presented to the Queen by Daimler in 1968. After the death of King George V in 1936 and the abdication crisis with his son Edward VIII, George's second son became king as George VI. However, his mother, Queen Mary, was still alive. In 1947, Queen Mary purchased this Daimler 4-litre saloon as her last car. She specified that it not be painted in royal livery, but instead in her favourite colour of green. She didn't want royal colours on it, as it attracted too much attention when she was out visiting shops or galleries in London. Queen Mary called this car the Shopping Daimler. The height of the car was raised, so the 80-year-old Queen didn't have to bend too far when climbing aboard. Queen Mary loved this car and used it almost every day until her death on the 24th of March 1953. King George VI purchased a pair of Daimler straight-eight limousines in 1949 for use as state cars.
They're really digging the Daimler. German, yes. But they can build cars, that's for sure. Interesting.
They have electric windows, sunroof, and canopy. A radio was built into the armrest and reading lights fitted.
Wow.
This was one of the last Daimlers used as a state car. After King George VI's death in 1952, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, kept the other Daimler straight-eight as her official car. One of Queen Elizabeth II's state cars is preserved at Sandringham, a Rolls-Royce Phantom 5 dating from 1961. The Queen used this car continually between 1961 and 2002. The car bears the royal arms and has a small flagpole that can be raised to display the royal standard, the monarch's personal flag. The car is unique with its raised roof to allow ease of boarding and disembarking from the vehicle, and the large windows enable the Queen and Prince Philip to be clearly seen by the public. When in royal use, the Rolls-Royce Spirit of Ecstasy statuette would be replaced with the Queen's personal silver mascot of St. George and the Dragon on the top of the radiator. This car even went to Russia in 1994 aboard the Royal Yacht Britannia on the occasion of the Queen's state visit. At 3 tons and 19 feet 10 inches in length, it has a 6.2-litre engine. This 1961 Alvis TD21 drop-head coupe was specially built for the Queen's husband, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. It has a quiet and smooth 2,993cc 6-cylinder engine and was 3 inches taller than the standard model, also having an electrically folding hood and leather fascias instead of walnut.
Can't say that I'm familiar with Avis. I want to say it sounds familiar, like I've heard the name. My dad was a big car buff, and I'm trying to think if he collected like models like 1/24th scale models of, and we, when he passed, I said I want them. I don't know if we're all going to keep them. He had a lot, and he had a lot of British models. I don't want to say models; they're die-cast model, I guess. I don't know. They were expensive. You buy them, and they're made of metal, rubber wheels. The steering wheel moves the the wheels, and there's shocks, and I mean they're really intricate. But they're pricey. But he was buying them up like crazy, and all kinds of different. My dad was a race car driver. I don't know if you knew that, but back in the late 50s and early 60s, he was an open wheel race car driver, and he got into a real bad accident in the early 60s, and my mom made him retire. Like he hit a bridge, a pedestrian bridge over the track, lost control, it was pretty bad. And my oldest sister had just been born, so my mom, who knows if he doesn't retire, he ends up, I may not even be around, but he continued racing in his older years in vintage racing. So he had a 1962 Cooper Monaco, he had a 57 Chevy, he had a 55 Porsche Spyder, like the one James Dean had. He had a 19, what year was that? 1949 HWM? No, 1914 HWM Stovebolt. I don't remember the year. It was in the movie The Racers with Kirk Douglas, I believe. It was that one. The HWM Stovebolt Special is what they called. That was one of my favorites that he owned. But he had a big old 18-wheeler rig. He used to take us all on these trips across the country and do these vintage races, and it was a big to-do. A lot of fun, a lot of great memories. This is taking me back to a happy place. But to get back on this collection, it's pretty incredible what we've seen so far. Considering, you wonder how many times they're allowed to just kind of drive themselves. I'm sure they are, whenever they say they can, they have the ultimate say of when they can do it, but, it's not like they can just go to the store themselves. So you wonder how much, time they do get to drive. I'm sure some of you will let me know what it's like, but Avis, not familiar. Although it says Elvis here down at the bottom in the timestamp, but Avis, I thought is what he said.
One of the Queen's private cars was this 1963 Rover 3-litre saloon. She often drove this car herself. This is a production line Rover saloon, unmodified for royal use.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Avis. Alvis.
A car with a controversial history is this 1969...
That was Alvis, not Avis. I'm like, yeah, the rent-a-car place? Alvis, yeah, still not ringing a bell for me.
An Austin Princess Vandenpla limousine that entered royal service in 1972. A 3.9-litre limousine, one of two retained by the palace for use by junior members of the royal family. It sports the royal colours of royal claret and black. In March 1974, this car was bringing Princess Anne, the Queen's daughter, back to Buckingham Palace following a film premiere, when a white Ford Escort forced it to stop on the mall leading down to the palace. A disturbed man armed with a pistol tried to kidnap the princess, and in the fracas that followed, the royal chauffeur and the princess's police bodyguard were both shot and injured. However, the kidnapping attempt failed.
Because she is such a badass, and that's a compliment, by the way, that she told that dude to just basically F off, ain't going with you, and gosh, she's awesome. Just awesome.
Probably the strangest vehicle in the collection is this golf buggy that was used by the very elderly Queen Elizabeth II.
And for the record, I've actually told Princess Anne that. So she knows that I've called her that. How that happened, I'm not going to explain, but in a roundabout way, the information's gotten to her that I called her that, and she said she's been called worse, and I promised her that it was a compliment. Okay, just so if any of you think I was being rude, she did not take it that way, and she knows it's a compliment. She's awesome. My favorite, by far.
Queen Mother. Known as the Queen Mother's racing buggy, it was used at various horse racing meetings that the Queen Mother attended, and painted in her racing colours of buff and pale blue. Later, after turning 100 in 2000, the Queen Mother used it around the Sandringham estate, including for getting to and from the church for services. The Queen Mother died in 2002 at the age of 101. And finally we have this London taxi, a 1999 Metro cab. This was owned by Prince Philip, and it was converted to run on liquefied petroleum gas instead of petrol. Prince Philip drove himself around London in this car, as it blended in with all the other black cabs working the streets, giving him a degree of anonymity. Many thanks for watching.
Wild.
Please subscribe.
Please go subscribe to his channel. It's really important that you do so. This was interesting. It's just, I don't know how much I'm going to learn from it. I'm not a huge car guy to where I'm going to go, oh, what a classic, this, that, and the other, and the size of the engine, and this, that, and the other. I'm going to ooh and ah because I don't know a ton. My father would have loved this video for sure. I see this Chief Mauser. I've actually watched this video here that's being shown, but it's really good. Cats. Huh. Isn't that right, Violet? Cat videos are great. But yeah, it's just an interesting video. I mean, just you wonder what they could literally have any car that they want in the world, pretty much. And it's just interesting the ones that they choose. You saw at the beginning a lot of German-made cars, of course. That tracks. That makes sense. And that Rolls Royce that they have was pretty awesome. The car that Princess Anne was in during the kidnap attempt is a classic based, just because of the history of it and what happened. So that just makes it an untouchable vehicle for sure. And the last one that Prince Philip used to drive, that Metro cab or something. What was it called? That, does it say here? Yeah, it's just a London taxi kind of converted. And could you imagine you're out and about and you come across Prince Philip in this very plain, if you will, vehicle, and you're like, that cab driver looks an awful like Prince Philip. That would be pretty awesome. And back, they could have done a lot of that. There wasn't cell phones, there wasn't, all that sort. Of course, later in the years, but when he was probably driving that thing around, you couldn't just snap a photo of him with your cell phone and post it to the internet. So it was a little safer to just get out and about. And basically people were left to their word. I swear, I saw him. I swear he was driving. Oh, really? What was he driving? He was driving a cab. Oh, okay. Perfect. Hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. This, quick video, but just lovely. Go support Mark Felton. The links to his channel, of course, are below here to this video and to his channel. Most of you already know it, but if there are some of you out there who are, who's this Mark Felton guy? Click on those links. You will not be disappointed. I promise you. All right, everyone. Live stream tomorrow. Hope y'all can make it. We'll have a nice chat for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. Well, there's no time limit. We'll just go as long as we go. I won't go longer than 6 o'clock your time, though, because that's when the NFL, American football here in my side, that's when the kickoff is. A bunch of games start at 10 a.m. my time, so that would make it 6 your time. I definitely will have to get off then because you gotta watch football. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. All right, bye.
Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark.